Hello guys, I'm going to be doing movie reviews from the past again, not Throwback Thursday, not Throwback Wednesday. It's going to be just Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, just movie reviews, just like whatever. But this was going to be canceled forever. I'm not going to be reviewing the things in the past because they weren't so well received. Dislikes and all that crap. People are like, shut the hell up, no one cares. I'm like, fine, then I won't do these anymore. And then I deleted them. They're gone. Now a kid in my school is like, bring them back. They were nice little videos. And I'm like, okay, fine. Now I'm gonna be doing these movie reviews. I'm gonna try to keep them under 10 minutes, so you guys don't have to listen to me rant on a whole movie like as if I just watched it or anything. Like, there's something wrong with the brightness. Give me a second. Ooh, there we go. And this movie, Gone Girl, is a really good movie. So warning, spoilers ahead. So before you close out or anything like that. There's darkness, comedy relief, thriller, mystery. If you like any of those four, it's not a huge comedy. It's just like when those comedy moments hit, they nail it. So if you like technically those three things, watch it. It's a good movie. Now, I'm going to explain some of the plot, the major points, then positives and negatives, and then that's my review. Now the plot. This story is about Nick Dunne and Amy Dunne. They get married, things start well, as usual, and then things start going bad, and Amy starts writing in this journal. She's a children's author, and people know her and all that crap. They just moved to, from New York to somewhere, I forget. And where they moved to, it's because Nick's mom was sick, and then months later she died, but they still live there. So Nick's way. And then he slowly starts rejecting his wife, according to his wife's journal, because the narration is from the wife's journal, Amy, and she's saying, I don't think he even wanted me here. That's why he's saying, come on honey, come on. That's a spoiler right there. I warned you. And as this time goes on, the journals get worse. Like, he rejects me. He calls me a dirty little whore. He punched me. He threw me down the stairs. He shoved my face inside of the wall. I'm like, damn. Okay? Leave his ass. He can change. I'm like, fuck it. Like any other woman. I'm like, when I'm watching this, I'm like, this is your typical frickin' movie. The girl can't handle herself. Damn, I'm pissed. I'm pissed watching this. And then I'm like, just let that go. Give the movie a chance. And I'm glad I did, because I would have been trying to hate this movie. Then freaking she goes missing, and then he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. The press comes, he's being eaten alive. There's this one cop that trusts him, and then he starts screwing up in the press, and then Amy is still alive, and I'm like, damn. Everyone in the theater was like, ooh. Never heard that reaction in the theater except for, I only heard laughter, scream, and cheers. Never heard, ooh. Everyone was so surprised, and this one girl in the theater was like, damn, that bitch is crazy. I'm like, yeah, this is how crazy she actually is. Because I'm going to see how strong of a character she is, and she is incredibly strong as a character. Not up here, though. She goes to these hotels, planning on how she's going to do part 2 of her plan. She's trying to mess with Nick's life because he didn't give her the center of attention. That's basically why. And the one problem I have with this, I'm going to explain that later. But, so Nick gets his lawyer from all the way from New York, a famous guy who deals with the impossible cases. And he's usually with the right side, or sometimes with the wrong side. He doesn't care, as long as he wins. And he has a perfect track record. And he goes to Nick, and he's like, Nick, I always wanted to deal with this case because this case is so messed up. And he's like, just my kind of messed up. So he works with him, throughout the movie, most of his advice isn't given except for acting on press, because Nick is a shitty actor when it comes to the press. He's just telling the truth in a crappy way. And he changes that, basically, saying, okay, just admit you're wrong, tell your darkest secrets, like cheating and all that stuff, and admit that, and then America's gonna love you and forgive you that if you admit that you're a douchebag. And he does so, then America loves him again. And then Amy's like, that son of a bitch. He's smart. She doesn't know what's going on. Her plan's messed up. Then not only did her plan get messed up, she got robbed, beaten up, and the one lady who beat her up is like, has to feel to really get hit. Bow! Bitch slapped the shit out of her. I'm like, damn. She's really getting hit. I'm like, she's gonna fucking kill him. No, she calls her old stalker. Apparently this isn't her first rodeo with this kind of crap. And then she calls him in. He's still in love with her. Takes her to her old thing. And if you didn't figure this out by now, this is all revenge for not being the center of attention and not getting what she wants, basically. And so she goes to this guy, Neil Patrick Harris, and then after that, she starts noticing all these crazy cameras and stuff like that. Then she fucking kills him with a box I got her. She goes, dead. And this is where I'm like, this is where I actually started fearing for my life. She just gets that blood, holds his throat, and she goes, oh, no joke. She's like, oh, yeah. And then she goes, gets some rope, ties it around her wrist, she starts pulling. And she starts getting bruises on her wrist. Goes to the camera, where the angle they can see him. And she's like, wiping the blood all around her. And then when she was done that, she crawls away to make it look like she just survived. And then she gets up, gets a freaking bottle, and shoves it. I wonder where. And this is all to make it look like she got raped. And she killed him in self-defense. And I'm like, this bitch is crazy. I'm fearing for my life in the theater. And there's this girl next to me like, this bitch is crazy. And I'm like, I know. Never really have a mini conversation with the person next to me in my life. She's like, this bitch is crazy. And I'm like, I know. And she's like, yeah. She's like, what would you do if that was your wife? I'm like, kill myself or kill her and go to jail for the rest of my life. 3 square meals. But, and then she calls the cops. She gets saved. And then Ben Affleck's character gets the news. And he's like, okay, I got this. And then goes to the hospital. And then she's sharing the story. And the one cop that trusts Ben Affleck's character is interviewing her, as long as with like all these other characters, like of the news and stuff like that. And everyone else is just, oh my god, she's so strong. We're here with you, Amy. We got you. And this one lady is trying to figure out why Nick, Ben Affleck, is so suspicious of this lady. Why is he and this one lawyer so tight? So she's trying to figure out. So she's trying to depict what's wrong with her story. And she's finding some stuff wrong with her story. And she's like, can I go back to the part where I was raped? And she's like, what? Who says that? And I'm like, flag, flag. And everyone's like, do we have to escort you out? And she's like, no, no, no. And she says it again, and then they're like, this meeting is done. She's like, no, I must finish. And then the doctor's like, no, we need some rest. And she's like, no, I got this. And she finished her story. I'm like, bullshit. And then freaking Ben Affleck's character comes up at the last minute. And then she is explaining how she killed Neil Patrick Harris, her old boyfriend. And she claimed that she was tied to the bed. And then Ben made the clearest point to one of the policemen that was working with Ben. Her partner just hates Ben's character and just loves Amy. And Ben says, how could she have reached the box cutter if her hands were tied to the bed? And I'm like, this flag, big flag, like this is his eyes, flag, here, here. And you know when he says, can you just be glad that your wife is home, and walks away? I'm like, god damn it, asshole, asshole. Are people this fucking stupid? I hope not in real life. I hope people are not this goddamn stupid. I just hope not. Seriously, please, don't be this stupid. And then he lives with her. And then my favorite quote, if you guys don't know, I have an Instagram. And on my Instagram, I share my favorite quote from this movie. It's Ben, the police officer, and Tyler Perry having dinner. And then Ben's telling what Amy made him do just to confess what she did. Goes into the shower, makes him take off all his clothes and make sure he wasn't wearing a wire. And so he has to shower with her. And because Tyler's like, why don't you just wear a wire? And he says this, and then he goes like, you guys are the most fucked up family I've ever met in my life. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. Look on my Instagram to see the actual thing. He's like, you guys are the most fucked up family. I deal with fucked up people. I'm like, oh my freaking god. It was so perfect and just the right time. And what made me fear for this movie is Tyler is gone. Tyler's such a good actor. Tyler Perry's a good actor in this movie. I'm not going to go on Medea, whatever. I'm not dealing with that. He's such a good actor in this movie. Every time he's on screen, you're like, that's good. You feel safe. And then when he's off screen, and Ben is in the screen, no one else, you're like, fuck, he's in trouble. So, yeah, there's that. And then they end the movie with him just laying in bed, trying to escape. Him and the twin arguing and stuff like that, and then just him going like this, and that's the end of the movie. Okay, that's I just wasted 11 minutes. Oh well, this is just a rough sketch to see what I'm gonna be doing. The bads and the goods. The goods, great tone, great comedic timing, great acting. Neil Patrick Harris, meh. They kept the suspense up. I wish they would have put the the big surprise a little bit later, so it makes reviews a little bit easier and just keeps that suspense up. But I mean, I can see why they did, because you're just prolonging the inevitable, and because there's such a big story with Amy, so I can see why they did it. But just to keep that suspense going, I would love that a little bit more, just like more drama and stuff like that. Like, oh my god, he's gonna get arrested, he's gonna get arrested. And when he's near Amy, what? Make us believe that he actually did it. Then surprise us, surprise! And you're like, Nick guilty. Someone else did it. This is us. I want that. We were like that. Like, put more force into it to make us feel like, shit, this guy's going to jail. How could you do this? Boom, in jail. That was a problem. There's not a whole lot of problems. That was the one thing I had a problem with in Neil Patrick Harris. Other than that, the movie was really great. So I definitely recommend you guys watch this, unless you're, only a blockbuster lover. And that's alright. It took me a while to get to more of these independent films. I think this is an independent film, I'm not sure. But if you haven't watched it, please go watch it. Just give it a chance. Did you like the video, guys? Please like, subscribe, and all that crap. Later, and goodbye.